Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, March 7th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. First, couple things right off the bat. I know I've said it a couple times, but not everybody listens to all the videos. I will not be here tomorrow. Taking a little mini vacation. I'll be back for Monday, but there'll be no videos tomorrow morning or in the afternoon or weekly recap. Second, we make an all-time high in ES, and it's a poor high. ES doesn't hold their gap, but SPY does. SPY is also not poor. NQ gets, so close to getting the all-time high and the overnight all-time high, but miss it. They both go out with double distribution days. Righty, 2 days in a row. This is kind of rare. 2 days in a row, they do not get the initial balance high or low. Right? They didn't do it yesterday. They had a wide POC yesterday. They were 10 wide. Today, 11 wide. And what's even more interesting is they gapped up and held their gap. ES and NQ filled theirs. Righty held theirs, but they couldn't get the IB high or low. Amazing. And they had an 11 wide with an afternoon rally high in I. You have non-farm payroll tomorrow. Don't forget that. I had a good day, and that's despite a pretty decent loss in A period on a trade that I got too big on too quick. But other than that, I did very well in the day. So I got back, got green, and had a decent day. There's a possibility, well, we'll talk about that when we get to the charts. So I took a short in the pre-market in ES right before the open to see if they front run the overnight high. I took it for they actually got the overnight high right away. Came in, I took it for like 1.5 points. I thought maybe they'd come in. And then actually came in a lot more. But once they got the overnight high, that was the reason I took the trade. So I took it off after that when I was in the money. Then in NQ, I was doing decent on ebb and flow longs in A period. Above the 144, above the opening. And then we got below the opening and it started coming in. And I didn't respect, as again, short-term traders moving it. And I got too big, too fast, ended up taking it off for a decent loss. Whereas if I had just kept the small one on that I had, this was the much better visual trade against the value high when it came back. And then it went all the way back, right back up. But I wasn't going to hold it. I got too big, too fast, took it off, and it was a decent loss. So it took back, obviously, what I made early on in ES and ebb and flow longs in A period. So then I started chipping away at it. I was long in B period in NQ to pop A's high. That worked out nicely. NQ, I was long to get the IB high in C. That worked. ES, I was long because we had single prints. I was doing a little ebb and flow trading in ES on the long side. D period, same thing. Even though we didn't hold another set coming in, the ebb and flow was still working on the long side in D period. Then in E period, I was looking for an afternoon, not an afternoon pullback. But when the market pulled back in E, I got long both of these things. Not big, but I got long both of them on their pullbacks and did well on them. G period. Thought it might be the afternoon pullback, but it didn't pull back enough for me. I took it, but only small in ES and did okay. Then my last three trades were in NQ. I and J, we were getting ebb and flow longs. We had a triple distribution. I thought for sure we would get the all-time high and the overnight all-time high, but we didn't get it. But I still made money. Had a nice trades in I and J. And then in L, we kind of got a mini liquidation break. Took a long right against G's low there in NQ. Made a quick 10 points on that. Would have made a lot more if I had held on. And if I was quick enough, I should have bought both of them because L never took out G's low. So we held our afternoon pullbacks. And both of those paid very nicely. So the bulls, again, doing really well. Every time they try to push them down. So the only destination in SPY on the upside is 515.89. That's your all-time high. 514.02 is the afternoon pullback in G today. Single prints 513.76 to 64. And today's low of 512.18. And then filling the small gap at 512.07, 11 ticks, 11 cents in SPY. In ES, all-time high is 70.50, and it's poor. Pullback is at 51.75. G's low. Single prints get filled at 48. And today's low is 33.25. Now, again, I won't ignore an 8-wide POC if I was here tomorrow, but I don't carry it forward. And then quickly on the chart. So I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so let's do this real quick. We know the monthly is very healthy, right? All three of our indices are up on the monthly. SPY is one time framing up 9 weeks. ES is in balance because they took out last week's low and last week's high. They have an opportunity for an outside week up. So we'll see if they get that. They've done that 2 times now in the last 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 3rd time in 6 weeks they've taken out previous weekly low and then just reversed and went right back up. So up on the SPY, possible outside week up for ES, but it's balance. And the daily is now up. Volume stinks. Might even be in the top 10 lightest volume, but it is what it is. We know that. It happens to that. Now look at triple Qs real quick. Same thing. They took out last week's low. They're trying to take out last week's high. They did not get it. Yes, they did. Wait, I apologize. Triple Q's made a new high today? 446.77. I'm sorry. They did make a new it is the weekly I'm looking at. I apologize. So they have a chance for an outside week up. Look at that candle on the weekly. So keep that in mind. And their daily, even though they made a new high, I am not going to call this up yet on the daily. I want more distance away from the previous high. So even though we've had pullbacks, they've been shallow and they've been bid right back up. So this bull is still alive and kicking no matter how much people keep saying, you don't know why it's going up. Trade what's in front of you, trade what the profile tells you, and keep yourself out of trouble. I hope you have a great day trading tomorrow and a great weekend. I'll see you guys Monday, and we'll talk prior to the opening that day.